What's up, guys? Nerf Gun Charlie here, and I'm giving you. Would y'all? Do y'all mind? We're gonna give you the update for the finale of the Romulans in the Klingon Academy Total Conversion Remaster. Which I had some fun with this. We've kind of played on more than just Klingon Academy here, and I'll explain here in a moment. But let's go ahead and give you a look at them. And they're probably gonna be firing disruptors, so it's gonna get a little loud. So, suffice to say, we've got some plasma torpedoes going, which they are color coordinated. We're going off of the mod manual that Squire James has. So type L for low power are yellow. Then you have
How may I serve?
Type M's for medium, which are purple, and then type H heavy are green.
We have engaged.
And they can miss, but as you can see, nice little type M's right here. Good looking torpedoes. Anyway, so what we've done here is I've combined both stories of not just Klingon Academy, but I also wanted to bring in some stuff from Starfleet Battles and kind of the lore behind the scenes that a lot of fandom goes with when it comes to Romulan design in this era. Because they have access to Klingon tech. They had their brief alliance with the Klingon Empire. That's where they got their D7s for the Enterprise incident. That's where the Klingons got cloaking technology. So in this one, it's kind of inferred in several fandoms here that there's essentially a fight over who's going to be the chief shipwright for the Romulan Empire going into the 24th century. Are we going to go with more traditional Romulan designs, which up to, TOS really hadn't done well. Their, best and greatest was the K.A.T.C, the Romulan bird of prey that was used in Balanced Terror, and he got defeated. So it's not like that looked great on, field tests, you would say. But it went well with this torpedo. But are you going more traditional, or are you going to go off derivatives of Klingon technology that you've already gotten thanks to the exchange, and using the D7 as that basis? So not only are we going with the ship list that Squire James had, their special station, because everybody's had a special station. We had the monitoring post for the Federation, we had a mobile repair yard for the Klingons. For the Romulans, they have the hybrid shipyard. And it's going to cover all Klingon-based designs that they are trying out, that this other shipwright is. It's like the... I don't want to mention the names, because I'm not sure of them as far as certain fandoms. I think Venom Geek Media has gone over this in one fandom, but let's just say it's like the Tarul shipwright facilities versus the Imperial Consortium. Let's just throw those names out there, just generalistically speaking. And this is the Klingon shipwrights, which first off, as you can see, I changed the order buttons, trying to just go for a different look than just your standard green, hence why they look a certain way. All these shipyards come from Majestic. Same with this new mining facility he built. These are his mining vessels. I want to see if I got a construction vessel around here somewhere. Oh, right here.
What is the request?
Got a nice construction vessel. The sensor station is his. These torpedo turrets. Yes, I love to build this. It helps with testing to build this way. These are his torpedo turrets that fire twin Type L torpedoes in a pulse. The only stock one station is this. Really? Everything else is replaced. This is a research facility that Majestic built. So it's kind of a battle between these two shipyards up here that are the Romulan shipyards, and then this shipwright who does the Klingon hybrids. So we're dealing with, and I've got a lot of these down here, but we'll show them off down here. You've got like the Praeax, you've got your Gladius, your Legion. So those are your common little destroyers. I'm trying to keep it where they don't really fight. But we've also got our
serve only the Tal Shiar.
K.A.T.C retrofits. They're the first ship that you'll build that have a Type M installed on them for the plasma torpedoes. And then
What is the request?
let's see, there's my Stormbirds. That's your D7, and I'm working on sizing right
How
now.
may I serve?
Because I gotta get the sizing right on this. Like the C7 and the Stormbird are roughly the same size. Stormbird is essentially their heavily modified over 30 years D7. The C7R is the shipwright's first evolution of that, which, as you can see,
how may I serve?
Move this here.
Hold this position.
One torpedo tube, whereas you've got.
How may I serve?
If I can get this guy to move.
Enter these coordinates.
Okay, that's not working well. Come over here.
It shall be done.
Come over here. Get to the proper height.
I am yours to command.
Thank you.
Engage engines.
And as you can see for the C7, twin plasma torpedo launchers, additional launchers here. It's meant to be the next step. And then if you come here,
Warbird reporting. Engage
you turn around.
engines.
As you can see up here, the C-18 is meant to be the ultimate evolution of the design that this shipwright's come up with. Triple plasma torpedoes. In this case, it's armed with a pair of M's, and then the middle one is an H for heavy. It's got additionals. It's got heavy torpedo launchers. It's roughly equivalent to your Ulysses class. Like, the best that they can do is take this design to combat the Ulysses class for the Federation. So you've still got two starship classes above it, but it's meant to basically, with its plasma torpedoes and disruptors, it's armed with light disruptors and heavies. So armament-wise, it technically outguns its counterpart, but it's meant to punch above its weight class. But you're dealing with cavorts that have been converted here, and here's kind of the full list. Is you got your cavort. I'll show you the Raptor class in a minute because it's one I've been hunting for a long time. Your Stormbird, your C7R, and your C18R. My favorite one, of course, is another one from Majestic, because Majestic did help a lot here, and I mean a lot, is the Raptor. And this is just a fun ship. I've liked it ever since I've saw a derivative of this in the comic books. I remember distinctly, and it's a variation of that one, but it's from the comic books of something that the Enterprise faced down, that they're like, it's a Romulan design. And this is kind of a medium cruiser. It's got its disruptors, it's got a light plasma torpedo, but it's also a missile cruiser. So it's firing off missiles as well, which we're using the antimatter mines coating on an auto fire with a missile sod that has a glow to emulate the flare up in the back, just like you would see on the spatial torpedoes in Enterprise. But this is one of my favorite designs, to be perfectly honest. So you've got that, but then on the Romulan side, you've got your Centurion, and to me, it's legit. It is from the game. It's called a Peregrine class.
What is it now?
You can find this on the Klingon Academy wiki. It does come from the game. They essentially merged the front of a Centurion Talus-esque vessel with the D7 body and head. It's meant to be their artillery vessel, and that's what I'm using it here for. Is it's got some decent defense armament, but it's firing its twin tricobalt torpedoes. It is, to me, I am not fond of this design. It looks like an abomination, but it's accurate to the game. And like I said, I'm trying to stay accurate to the mod in the game. It's just with the Romulans, I wanted to bring in some Starfleet battles, and that war behind the scenes of which shipwright would win in the end, and have the contract with the Romulan government and the Imperial Star Navy when it goes into the 24th century. Obviously, it's the more traditionalists, and these get phased out over time. All your Klingon designs get phased out and just used for, you know, espionage and various things. Then you get to the best, you got your Senator class, which that's our hero. You know, we were able to pull a lot of designs, these ships from Bridge Commander. For some reason, Bridge Commander models had lower polygon counts than the ones that were made for Armada 2, which was weird to me. But we've got that, then you've already seen it once here.
What is the request?
The Imperium class, which this thing, I really like this model. This also, I believe, came from, this either came from K.A.T., Empire at War, or it came from BC. I have it in the credits, but it's a beautiful ship. And then your big bad battleships, your War
ready.
Eagle.
Your will. Your will.
And finally, if I can
Warbird reporting.
get it down here. Here, get over here.
Proceeding. Engage.
And this is about a 2,000 polygon model, so there's some errors when it comes to the torpedo launchers, I know that, but the full-on, fully clean version's like 4,500 poly. And while I can have higher polygon models in Armada 1 nowadays, I don't want to push it. It's because there's going to be a lot of starships on screen when you're playing these kind of things. It's overkill mode a lot of times. You want to build 50 of a starship and just ram through the defenses. And there are people that play this game online still, so I don't want to wreck their online games. But the Imperium Hawk is the big bad. The big bad. And it is a really good looking model.
Orders received.
Yeah, there's some glitches there. I'll see if I can fix them in milk shape. But that's it. You're dealing with a confliction of design, philosophy with the Romulans. Doesn't mean that they're any weaker. Like, your Klingon ships are going to be a little weaker in shields, but they make up for in armaments, and they're easier to build. In some cases, they're a lot more heavily armed than your Romulan counterparts. They can actually make it out of the fight just as well. They just have a lot less shielding. There's a lot more of a risk of them losing. Whereas the Romulans, they've, you know, the Romulan traditionalists, they've got it covered.
We have engaged the enemy.
So it just depends. It really just depends. Here, C-18, fire on them.
Hold this position.
Like, there you go. Just that one burst for the Imperium, it's down to 43% on shields. So it's things like that that I've been having a lot of fun with Romulans. Some of these, yes, are low polygon, low detail, and it's because these are direct ports that have just been cleaned up. And then, like I said, things like mining facilities, shipyards, the research facility, these are fresh creations that I got from Majestic in the last 2 weeks. And for time frame, this is right after that big ice storm that just hit, you know, with half the country, that went from New Mexico all the way up to the Northeast. But that's what we're looking at here. Like I said, there's only minor things that I want to fix with the Romulans. Like, I want to fix the minor glitch with the Imperium Hawk. I think I'm pretty good on sizing, because I do want them to be larger than their counterparts in other races. It's a thing that they always like to have, is slightly larger. Yeah, they have the power to back it up, but it's an intimidation game with the Romulans. But I'm good with their order buttons, their special weapon buttons, their build buttons. I am going to change their icons up here. They don't need to be pink. We're going to change those back to green, because green makes sense for that. But other than that, like, we're pretty good here. We're pretty good here. So we are going to work on the credits page tonight. after I'm done recording this and uploading it. Working on the credit page, make sure it's up to date up to the Romulans, including the new photos for all the ships. And then we are moving on to the Gorn. We have the Gorn next. After that, it's going to be a short upgrade phase to the Hydrons that are playing the role of the Ferengi, but they've got 2 starships. We're going to upgrade those, and then the Tholians, and then we should be done. So yeah, this is where we're at. So if you've liked this update, like, comment, subscribe. Let me go ahead and get my construction vessels out the way. Let's see what kind of damage we can do to...
What is it now?
Let's see here. Here, y'all take care of this. There you go.
We have engaged the enemy.
Swiftly and silently. Proceed. Swiftly and silently.
Let's have some fun with our starships, shall we?
Swiftly and silently.
Well, that's going to end it. Until next time, this is Nerfco and Charlie, signing off.